So hello everyone and welcome back to the session on your data structures. So the today's topic, what we are going to discuss here is something we call it as DQs. This is what we are going to implement in this particular session, or we are going to discuss in the couple of sessions. Now here, this is one of the classification what we have with respect to queues. As already mentioned it that in the previous session, that queues are actually classified into four types, right? We in the previous session we discussed about something called as circular queue, right? How to implement circular queue, what are the functions we can implement on that we have discussed it. And today we are going to discuss about something called as DQ. And DQ is nothing but here the insertion and deletion can be done on both the device, means either from the front or from the rear. You people can do insertion and deletion. That is what comes under DQ. And after that we have something called as priority queues. So based on the priority, you people can perform insertion and deletion. And then the last one, we have one more here. Sorry. So one more we are having here with respect to this particular queue that we will discuss in the coming sessions. So here, if we go further, so these are the one we are having something we discussed here, something called as circular queues, DQs, priority, and multiple queues. Well, multiple queues in the sense like multiple implementations can be done with respect to a particular queue. Like multiple times you can delete or multiple times you can insert, all those operations can be performed in this particular multiple queues. So we will discuss them in the coming sessions. Don't worry. So today's session, what is the main topic we are going to focus here is something we call it as DQs. Okay, so what do you mean by DQs? Let me give some introduction part related to that, and then we'll just go ahead with the operations what we can perform on them. Now DQ is basically there are other names with respect to that particular thing. So as I told you, the DQs are used for deleting and inserting the elements in both the directions, means either from the front or from the rear. You people can perform the operations. So let me show you now. So here DQs are nothing but what he means to say that insertion and deletion can be done from both the directions. If you see this particular direction, no, this is an array. You can see this particular thing. This is a particular array. And in this array, you people know, you know that in the queues, we are having two different pointers, front and rear. Well, basically here in this particular session, I am going to replace this front with something called as left. Okay, I'm going to replace this particular, so don't get confused here. If you want, you can use front, no big deal. But here, just for changing the variables, I'm just changing the pointer variables here. Instead of front, I'm going to use left for representation, and instead of using I mean here back is nothing but we call it as rear, right? And here instead of rear, I'm going to call that as right. Please don't get confused. Okay, so don't get confused yourself with this, because if whatever we are discussing here, that is with respect to queues. And within the queue we have within the queue we have said that elements can be inserted into the queue using something called as rear, and elements can be deleted from the queue something called as using front. And when we in the previous session, when we discussed about something called as the circular queue, we have seen how we can use the array. Okay, the same array, whenever we delete an element from the front, how we can use that space for inserting the new elements that we have seen it. Same way here also we are going to perform same kind of operations. Okay, but only thing is there will be slightest differences here and slightest modifications we have done with respect to the variables and with respect to the logic, how we can perform, or means how we are going to implement it. First thing you people have to keep in mind is there is nothing but the front, whatever I'm representing in this particular session, I'm going to call it as left. And whereas coming to back here, this back, or we usually call it as rear. So this rear, I'm going to call it as right. That is the only difference you people have to keep in mind with respect to the variables. And what do you mean by DQ? I stated here is nothing but we can insert, that is push. Push is nothing but inserting an element into the array. What do you mean by pop here? Deleting that particular element from the array. So here insertion and deletion can be done from both the directions. In the diagram, you people can see push and pop are represented in the front. And same way here, push and pop are represented in the back. Means both ways we people can perform addition of, I mean, insertion of an element and deletion of that particular element. That is why it is called as DQ, means both sides we can perform it. Okay, now going ahead with this DQ has different names. Like some people call it as a deck, or some people normally call it as a DQ. So if you use deck, no problem, that is also valid. And if you are using DQ, that is also a valid term, we can use it with respect to this particular DQs. Now here, as I told you, that insertion and deletion can be done in either side. Either end is nothing but we can insert either in the beginning or we can insert either in the next. But remember one thing, in the middle you cannot do it. Insertion and deletion in the middle is not possible with respect to DQs and everything with the queues. But you people can insert the element and delete it from the beginning. That is nothing but from the front. Same way you can insert and delete the elements from the end. That is what we call it as back, or we call it as a rear, or we can also call it as a right. That's up to you, however we are going to use. Now, because of this particular feature, we call these DQs with other name. There is other names that are present. Something we call it as head tail linker list. Why it is called linker list is nothing but we can implement DQs using two different techniques. We can use two different techniques to implement DQs. One is circular queue. I think you people might know about circular queue now because in the previous session we discussed it. And apart from that, there is other technique what we can use, that is we call it a circular double linked list. Doubly linked list. So these are the two techniques what we have. Using these techniques, you people can implement this particular concept called as DQs. Either you people can use circular queues in order to implement this particular DQ, or you can use circular double linked list in order to implement. So I think you people might have understood now. This is meant for dynamic. Now this is a dynamic representation. Circular double linked list is nothing but it's a dynamic representation. And if you see here, circular queue is nothing but it's an array representation. So when you're representing elements using arrays, that is a static format, means fixed size. But whereas coming to circular double linked list, this is a dynamic implementation. That is the difference. So you can implement it either using dynamically or you can implement statically. But both the cases you can use something called a circular list. Either you can use circular double linked list or you people can use circular queue, what we have discussed in the previous session. So both you can use it, any one of them. In this session, I am going to use circular queue in order to represent the coding part and all with respect to it. Now coming to this, what he's saying is we cannot add or delete the elements in the middle. As I stated earlier, so same thing is explaining here. Now, implementation also I told you, so we can implement it using a circular queue, right? Circular array we can use or a circular double linked list we can implement it. So here you can see there are two different pointers are used, left and right. Please don't get confused here. Left is nothing but this is what we have discussed as front in queues. Okay, and right is nothing but this is what we have discussed at rear in our particular queue concept, whatever we have discussed. Okay, just only the variable names have been changed. What is this front and rear? These are the pointer variables. Now these pointer variable, the variable means you people can change names, right? Suppose I ask you to perform addition of two numbers, some people will write c equal to a plus b, while some people will write z equal to x plus y. What we are doing, concept is same, logic is same, but only thing we are simply changing the name of the variables the way we people are using it in our code. So here also the concept is same. The front and rear are the pointers we are using, but only thing I have replaced them with a different variable name. Now here I'm using, instead of front I'm using left, instead of right I'm sorry, instead of rear I'm using right. Okay, that is the only difference we do have. Remaining processes same. Now you people can see this. This is the diagrammatic representation. You know, left. You can see here. First, see this diagram. Left is located here and right is here. What does that mean? Rear is the one which is used to insert the elements, right? And left is the one. Left is nothing but we call it as front. Front is the one where we are deleting the elements. So if you see here, the first, second, third slots are deleted. Now, if you delete the number 29, so this left will be shifting to this particular location. That is number 4, and whatever the element is there, what we can delete it. And if you see the second diagram here, since I told you that we are going to use something called a circular queue here, so you know that when you have inserted, so the total number of elements we can insert is 10. And if you see here, after 18 element inserted, these are the empty spaces we are having. So next element what we got is 42. So simply what did I do? I have incremented, right? So what did I make is right equal to 0, and it came to this location and it has inserted 42. And now right is getting incremented one by one and it is storing the new values in this. But whenever we are displaying it, how we are going to display is 63, 27, 18, and after that 42. then 56. Remember that. Okay, when we are representing it, the representation will be in this order when we are displaying the elements. But when, since the empty spaces are there, we have to utilize it. This is what we call it a circular queue. That is what we have discussed in the previous session. You people can just go through it if you have any confusions with respect to that. And the same techniques we are going to implement here in this particular DQ also. Now, coming to DQs here, there are actually two different type of DQs we are actually having that we have to discuss here one by one, and based upon this only you people are going to perform the different operations what we are having. First is something we call it as input restricted DQ. What do you mean by input restricted? You can please understand this carefully. This is most important. Input restricted DQ means you people can input is nothing but you're giving inserting an element. So you're restricting it. As I told you that you people can insert and delete from both the directions. But now this DQ can be implemented using two types. Input restricted means whenever you people are inserting an element into the DQ, you can insert it either only in one condition, either maybe from the left or maybe from the right. That is what comes under your input. So you can see that input restricted in the sense whenever your input is nothing but inserting. So whenever you're inserting an element, you can insert it only in the one direction. Either you can insert from the left or from the right. Mostly we will go with right, rare. The normal queue representation what we use for inserting, that queue representation we are going to use. So elements will be inserted into the rare. Then we have something called as deletion. So deletion can be done in both the directions because there is no restriction with respect to removing an element. So when you're removing an element means you're removing in the sense your output, you will be output that particular element. So the element can be removed from both the ends. But when you come for inserting an element can be done only in the one direction, that is right. And in this case, what we were discussing, in this case rare is what we are I'm going to represent as something called as right, that you people have to net. So here elements can be inserted only in one direction means so you can use it as right. So you will be inserting in that particular thing. Next is output restricted DQ. Okay, this is something like vice versa. I think you people can understand now. Output restricted means output is restricted, means deleting an element is restricted. So here inserting an element, you people can do it in both the directions. Both the directions in the sense nothing but you people can insert from the left or you people can insert from the right. Okay, so here first question, the first one what we have type is input restricted means here you people can insert the elements only from the rear or we call it as a right. But whereas coming to output here, elements can be inserted in both either from the right or left, that is nothing but front or rear. And after that, whereas what is the restriction we are imposing here for output means deletion. So here the elements can be deleted only from one end. So for simplicity we will use front, because in queue we have already discussed that elements can be deleted from the front, isn't it? We have already discussed it. So that is what I'm going to use here in this particular scenario. These are the four things you people have to keep in mind. So whenever you're implementing something called as input restricted, input means inserting. In this way you people can remember. So elements can be inserted only in the one direction. We are restricting insertion only in one direction, not in both the direction. But elements can be deleted from both the directions in this particular case. But if you talk about output restricted DQ, the elements can be inserted on from both the sides, but deletion can be done only at one end. So here I'm considering that as a right. Sorry, I'm considering that as a front now. So front is nothing but we call it as left. That you people have to keep in mind. Now, what are the different operations we are going to perform? So based upon this, you people can understand there are four different operations we are going to implement here. One is inserting an element at the left, inserting the element at the right. Same way deletion. Deletion we will be doing at the left and deletion we will be doing at the right. So these are the four different operations using which we will be performing all the different things what we can do it. So now I will be explaining them one by one. Please understand them, and then I'll show you the entire program, how exactly this particular thing works. So I will be showing you modules. So inserting an element in the left is a module one. Let us suppose this is module one, this is module two, module three, and module four. One by one, I'll explain it. Later on, when I will show you the program, I will be simply integrating them. I will be simply integrating them into a single program. Integrating into a single program. Okay. For simplicity, what I did is the entire program, I have divided into four parts: inserting elements on the left, inserting at the right, deleting an element at the left, and deleting the element at the right. And then I will be combining all together as a single program. So let's see the first one. What is the first operation here? We have inserting an element in the left. So here within the program, I'm using a function called as insert underscore left. So I'm using a function something called as insert underscore left, and this is the one which I'm using in order to push an element onto the front of the stack. Okay, so insert in the left means, what do you mean by that? Suppose this is an array I'm taking here, supposed to be. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is your 4. So inserting an operation means insert left in the sense this is, this is left and this is your right. So I want to insert elements on the left hand side, so means at the front of the DQ here, you people. So this is what I'm talking about. Earlier, what is the topic we have discussed here is that queues insertion will be done with respect to rear, means right direction, but this time you people can insert from this direction, so I'm using something called as left here. Now let's show me the program. Before that, a small example here. Let us suppose this is an array I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 are the elements which are present in this particular array. Now I want to insert one particular element. I want to push 8. Where I wanted to push it? Onto the left of this. I want to push here onto the left, means nothing but your front. So what I am going to do is, so you know that left is pointing right now to this particular position. So let me write the index here: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just normal representation. Code will be in a different format. Okay, remember that. This is only for your understanding. I'm representing like this. And you know that right will be representing to the last element. Now if you want to insert a new element push, so automatically it will be pushed on top of it. You may be getting a question, sir, it is an array now, how we can? Well, actually we are not inserting in this way. This is only a normal representation. But if you want to push an element here, means definitely this element should be removed. This element means this particular space should be empty. In this place this will be occupying it. That's the reason I don't want to write indexes here at this particular location. I'm not writing indexes at this particular location. Simply to make you people understand what do you mean by left. That's why I'm representing this particular scenario. So simply I want to push the element in the front, means it will be present. So you can see it will be coming in front here. Okay. So this side on the left hand side. So let's see the diagrammatic, the code for this. Now inserting an element at the left. Okay, so how we can insert it? This is the particular code we are having. Let us suppose I just wanted to take a small array here. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is an array whose size is equal to 5. So how many elements I can add here? 5 elements I can add it. Okay, so initially let's assume that for simplicity, inserting in the left now, you people assume that initially there are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so inserting in the left. So initially these are the elements I have inserted it. Later on I performed some delete operation. Later on I have performed some delete operation and I am able to delete this element. And in the previous sessions we have already discussed, whenever I'm deleting it, left will be pointing to here and right will be pointing at this particular location. Okay, so please understand this. Now I want to insert. Now you know that the index number 0, the space is empty and I can insert one element here. So definitely I want to insert the element in the left side. So how can I do it? See here. First thing, enter the value. Now value, this is a variable which will be consisting of the value something called as 60, which I want to insert at this particular location. Now first thing what I'm going to do is same like your circular queue, the logic whatever we used, same thing. There we have written front equal to 0 and rear equal to max minus 1. But here the concept is different. Variables have been changed. So left equal to 0 and right equal to max minus 1. If this is a condition, that means left is pointing at this location, right is here, means there are no spaces available here. Then simply what you have to do, overflow condition. Since we are using circular queue, as I told you, whenever you want to insert an element here, now I want to insert here element, same like a circular queue. So rear will be pointing to 0. Okay, rare will be coming to this location. We are inserting it. So here, if and after inserting 60 here, do we have any space available here? No. Rare is pointing here. Assume that rare is pointing at this particular location. Now, this is the condition to see that. Next time, if you want to insert the element into the left, if there are no empty spaces are available, then definitely it is not possible to insert it, right? Why? This is a condition which will be checking that left equal to right plus one. If you see here, left is pointing at index number one. So one equal to right. What is the value of right index value? Zero. Zero plus one. So one is equal to one means there are no gap in between where we can delete. So definitely if we want to insert a new element, this 20 should be removed and the left should be pointing to this particular location somewhere here. And you should be able to remove this particular 20. Then only you people. So there should be a minimum one gap. Then only people can insert it. So if that gap is not available, you cannot. So for right now, assume that this is 20, this is left. And okay, this one is somewhere here, right. And here is the element which I wanted to store 60. Now first condition will be failing here because you know that left is not pointing to 0 and right is pointing it but not left. Since it is an AND operation, the condition fails. Any one of the condition, even this condition will fail because left equal to right plus 1. Left is pointing to 1. So 1 equal to right plus 1 means 4 plus 1. 5. This condition anyhow is going to fail, no problem in that. So there is no overflow condition here. We'll come to the next part. In this particular if condition, I'm trying to find out whether there are elements present or not. If there are no elements are present, initially left and right should be pointing to the first index, but you know that there are already elements present in them, so definitely left will never be equal to -1. You can see left is pointing to 1. So if 1 is equal to -1, condition fails. You'll be coming to the else part, and here you will find out if left is equal to 0. So this is the condition which we use it in order to insert the element into the left when there is already element present here. For example, if you have element here 10, okay. Now I'm telling you about this particular condition. Assume that there is an element present here and L is pointing at this particular location and rare. If you see here, rare is pointing at this particular location. Okay, rare is pointing at location at this particular. This is a circular queue which we are using in order to implement it. Now, if left is equal to 0, did you see this? Left is at this particular location. Then what is saying? Left equal to max minus 1. So 5 minus 1 is how much? 4. Now this left is pointing to this particular location L, and then simply you'll be of left equal to value. So that value, whatever it is, 60 will be placed here. Why it is happening like this? Because as I told you, this is a circular queue in the sense, what is the element, what is the next index before 0 means this is 4. What is the next index after 4 year is nothing but 0. This is a circular queue, right? This is the way he wants to say here. So what is the previous neighbor of this particular index? 0 means this is the neighbor 4. And who is the next neighbor to this particular 4 means nothing but here 0. That's the reason we are using this. If left is equal to 0 means it is a pointing index. There is no space available. So simply what is doing is left equal to max minus 1. So obviously rare will not be pointing there. So here it will. So left will be coming to this particular location and you will be simply inserting this element here. Okay, this is the way how this if condition executes. And after this we have else part. Now this is a what this is the one which I wanted to show you. This is the one which I wanted to show you. So I have, that's the reason I have removed 20 here. And here I have inserted something called as 50. Now right is pointing here, left is pointing here. So you know that there is an empty space at this particular location. To in order to make that work, we are going to see left equal to 0. No, left is pointing to number index number 1. So this will be getting cancelled. It will come to the else part. Left equal to left minus 1. So what is the value of left here? Index value 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So you can see that 1 is going to point to the left side here. And what is the value? So after that it will come out of it. dq of left, dq of left equal to 4 value. So dq of left. Right now left is pointing to which index? 0. What is the value I want to insert here? 60. So simply 60 will be stored at this particular location. Okay, this is the way how exactly this particular thing is going to work. Okay, I hope you people have understood this. If you people can understand this four question, I mean this particular logic, remaining process is very, very same. Easy, I mean to say. See here, once again, I'm telling you left and right. I'm going to search it up here. This is array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose 20 here, 30 here, 40, 50. Left it at this location and right is at this particular location. If left is not pointing to 0, that means there is already element present here and I have removed that element. So whenever I'm removing an element there, right will be left will be pointing to the next element wherever it is present. So it is present at index number 1. Now I want to insert the element. I want to push an element into this and the element is something called as 60. I want to push it up onto the left. So this is the condition which will. So first condition, if condition, what we are checking is whether you people are performing overflow or not. That we are trying because we are inserting an element means first we need to find out whether there is an empty space available or not. This is the conditions for that. This is similar to the circular queue what we have discussed. Okay, and then we will be checking that whether this is the first element what we are inserting. Suppose I want to insert number 60. Is this the first element we are inserting? That we are checking. How can we check that? If there are no elements are present in the queue, you know that left and right will be initially equal to -1. And that is what I'm checking. If left is equal to -1, left equal to 0, right equal to 0. I don't have to check both. Only one is sufficient. One variable is sufficient. If this condition also fails, you'll be entering into the else part here, and here you'll be checking if left is equal to 0 or not. Means is it the left pointing to the first index or not? Then definitely you need to insert this element to the previous neighbor of this particular index 0. Who is the previous neighbor for this index 0? 4. This we have to insert it. But if you see here, left is not pointing to 0, isn't it? Left is not pointing to 0. So what I is asking you to do is there is some spaces available before that. So simply left equal to decrement it, left minus minus. So left will be coming to this. So 1 minus index is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So left will be pointing at this particular location, that is index number 0. And now I can insert the element here. What is the element I want to insert? Simply, so that is the logic, dq of left. So dq of left, what is left pointing to? 0, equal to value 60. Okay, this is the way how we people can actually insert a particular element onto the left hand side. Very easy it is, but only thing you people have to generalize the things so that you people can understand this. And after this, I'm having something called inserting an element at the left is completed. Now we'll be going for inserting an element at the right. How to insert the elements? These are the set of elements. So inserting an element means I want to push the elements onto the right side. Means rear. And I think you people are familiar with rear, right? Pushing an element, because in the means what I mean to say here is whatever the logic you people have discussed, we have discussed with respect to inserting an element onto the right rear, same logic code we are going to implement. Means for inserting an element into the queue, what is the logic we have used? Same logic we are going to use in this particular scenario, and we'll be adding that particular element. See here. So this is the logic. Don't get confused. This is the same logic what we have discussed in our queue concept. Queue concept, or you can also call it a circular queue. In circular queue, when we were trying to insert an element, we said that okay, let me write the diagram and show you so that there will not be any confusion. Suppose this is an array, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I say? Whenever I want to insert the element, then initially front will be pointing to 0, rear will be pointing to 0, and you'll be inserting the element 10. And after that, every time you want to insert a new element, what is the variable we need to increment here? Rear, isn't it? Suppose I want to insert 20 now. So what will happen here? This particular rear will be pointing to the next index here. Then I'll be inserting 20. And after that, if I want to insert another element here, what will be happening to rear? Rear will get incremented. And that will be coming to this particular location, index number 2. I'll be inserting 30. Then rear will be coming here. I'll be inserting 40. Then rear will be incremented 50. Now, if you see here, front is here, rear is here, means if I want to insert another element, simply it will say overflow condition. Isn't it? Same logic I'm implementing. Instead of front, I'm using left. Instead of right, instead of rare, I'm using the variable called as right. Remaining processes same. You can see here, this is same like insertion operation in a circular queue. Left equal to 0 and right equal to max minus 1. What is max minus 1 for? Then you can simply say this is an overflow condition. And why we are using this condition left equal to right plus 1? Because if you delete any element here, this is a circular queue. So definitely after 50, if you are inserting 60 here, means 60 is not the first element here. Even though you have stored in the index 0, this is not the first element. This is the element which has come up after 50. So whenever you're displaying the elements, you will be representing. So here, okay, let me write it up here. So when you're inserting there, front here 60, that means left is pointing here. So first, whenever you're displaying the elements, you'll first display these elements from left to right. Max minus 1. Because when you're inserting is this rare or right will be coming to this. From left to max minus 1 elements you need to print it. So 20, 30, 40, 50. Then you'll be coming to this particular I equal to 0, I less than rare, print it up. So then only one element is there, that element will be printed because 60 is the element which has come up after 50, not before 50. So even though we are storing in the index 0, that doesn't mean that the particular value 60 has come up before. Okay, that you people have to keep in mind. Remaining process is same as like your circular queue. So here you see, if you see here the previous video, previous slide, these two conditions are same. Previous slide, insertion in the left, insertion in the right, both the conditions are same. There are no variations with respect to that. Only variations we have to see here is this one, and that too, if I'm not wrong, only variation is somewhere here. Only variation is somewhere here. Right equal to right plus 1. There we have used left equal to left minus 1. Here we are using this. Okay, let me show you one more time. Let me show you the insertion code at left. See here, I think this particular code is same till here. But here when you are coming it, you people are checking left equal to 0, then left equal to max minus 1, else left equal to left minus 1. If you talk about right, you are inserting the element into the right means here you will be talking about right equal to this whatever the value we have expression, that expression we are going to use it in that particular thing. So only changes will be in this else part. Remaining from here to here, the entire code is same. So I will show you, wait. So you can see here. See, if files just till here entire code is same. Only thing in the previous one when we were inserting element into the left, we were using something called if left is equal to 0. So what is asking you to do? Left equal to max minus 1. That is a condition. Else left equal to left minus 1. That is a condition which they were actually implementing here. But here the condition is we want to insert the element into the right side. So this is a condition we are using. Right equal to max minus 1. So that is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So left is here, right equal to max minus 1. That is at this location 4. What we have to do right, if we want to insert right should become 0. So right should be coming to this particular location. Means definitely left might be present somewhere here. This slot is empty. So right. So who is right to this particular neighbor? Who is the next neighbor or the right neighbor to this particular index 4 is 0. So here you will be storing the elements. If that is not the case, else right equal to right plus 1. Means indirectly suppose the right is somewhere here. Right is somewhere here. It is at index 3. So still you have one empty space available. You can insert the element. Then you will be using right equal to right plus 1. So right plus 1 means right will become something like as 4. It will be coming to this right will be positioning at 4, and here you'll be adding that value whatever it might be. So dq of right equal to value. That is the only difference we have with respect to this particular thing. Remaining process is entirely same. Okay, so don't get confused here. Only thing you people have to keep in mind, these two logics will be same. Only the else part will change. There we have checked the condition for left, and based on that left we have assigned it. Left equal to max minus 1 means left, you make left equal to 0. Else left equal to left minus 1. What did he ask? If left is equal to max minus 1, left equal to 0 when you are inserting element into the left. Else left equal to left minus 1. means left is present somewhere here. So left minus 1 means it will come to this particular index L and you will be storing the element here. But in case left is located at the maximum value, simply L should be pointing to the first index, that is this particular index, and you will be storing because it is a circular queue. That is the only difference is there. Remaining process is same. Next come to the index here, deletion. Deletion operation is same. So I want to delete the elements here. These are the elements here. So delete from the left. I want to delete. So to pop the element from the left means this element I want to remove it. Once this is removing it, you know that left will be pointing to this particular location. Means indirectly what it means to say the way you people delete an element from the front, which we are discussed in the queue. So this is your front and this is your rate. So whenever we want to delete the element, front will be incremented. This value will be deleted, front will be incremented. Then this value will be deleted, front will be incremented. Same concept we are implementing for deleting an element at the left. See here. No much changes. First thing is whether we are underflow or not, that condition we are checking. How can you check that? Simple. Left is equal to -1 means there are no elements present in the array. Simply you can print that it is an underflow and you'll be returning it. Else the deleted element is, so in case if left is not equal to -1, suppose this is an array 0 1 2 3 4, you know left is present here, right is present here. So first element I was, so this is 10 20 30 40 50. I want to delete the element from the left. So what is the first element I have here? 10. So the deleted element is dq of left. Left is pointing to index 0, dq is 0. So this element is actually got deleted now. What is the element? 10. Now, well, that is deleted. That's okay. Now you know that when this element is deleted, this left should be pointing to the next element which is present. That is index number 1. For that, we need to write the code. What is the code here is? First, you have to find out whether left is equal to right or not. Means is right, where is exactly right is located here? If you see here, then right and left are in the same place. What does that mean? There is only a single element present here. These elements have been deleted because one by one, if an element is deleted, left will be incremented. So if a left is pointing to the last one, what is that mean? There are no elements that are present in these particular spaces. But right now we are having elements present here. So definitely this will not be executed. We'll come to the else part. So if left is equal to max minus 1. No, well, this condition also fails. Left is not pointing to this particular location, right? Where is left right now initially? So this left is pointing to the index number 0 and the element is deleted. So left is equal to max minus 1. Is it pointing to the last element? No, it is not pointing. Simply what is asking you to do? Left equal to left plus 1. So simply you people will be incrementing left here and it will be coming to this particular location. That is number 20. Now suppose again I want to delete the number. I want to delete a number. Number means which number? 20. I want to delete this number 20. Is it possible to delete that particular number? Yes, it's possible. So what I will be doing is for same thing. First, I'll find whether this is underflow condition or not. Definitely it will not be executing. Left equal to right. This is also not going to work out. So I'll delete that element and then I'll check this condition. If left equal to this also fails. Again, left equal to left plus 1. So this element is deleted and left is pointing to index number 2 and right is pointing. This is the way how we people can actually delete the element. It's a very, very simple logic what we have. Only thing is three things you people have to keep in mind. First, checking out whether underflow condition is there or not. How can we can check that? Simple, left equal to -1. You will check it up. So if this condition fails, simply remove the element present in the left because we are removing the elements from the left side. Remove it. And now you check that how to increment this particular, whether we have to increment that particular left or what we have to do it, whether we have to bring it to the initial position 0. Now you know that whenever you're removing an element, okay, from this particular location, 0, so definitely left will be pointing to index 1. So that is nothing but incremented. So this is a condition for that. Now when this condition will execute, this is your doubt. For example, so let us suppose 0 1 2 3 and here it is 4. Suppose there is a 20 element here present. Now here left is pointing here, right is also pointing here. Now left is equal to -1. This condition fails. So deleted element is dq of left. So here the 20, whatever the element is present in the last array, I mean the space, I'm removing it. I removed that particular thing. Okay. Okay, sorry. Suppose this is this thing we are having here. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Here we had an element, and now right is present here, left is present here, right is present here. And now I have removed this particular element. Okay, this element I have removed it. Now I'm checking left is equal to right. Now if you see here, left is equal to right. What does that indicate? You can see the entire array is empty. I mean, there are no elements are present here. Then what I have to do with respect to these variables, left and right should be pointing to -1. Okay, now in case, that is what the second case. Now in case this is not the condition, this is not the condition. Let us suppose there is something value 20 and 30 and right is present here, left is present here. Okay, so here we had something called as 40. There is one empty space, right? Means this is a circular queue. So first time we have inserted the elements, we have started deleting the elements from here. We are coming back here and we are processing it. Now if you see here, left is having one element, so I'm removing that element. So 40 has been removed from this particular location. That's fine. Now is left is equal to right? No, this condition fails. He'll be coming here. Now if left is equal to max -1, what is the maximum value we have here? So this is 4, isn't it? Oh, sorry, 3. There are 4 elements we can insert. Max -1 is 3. So left is pointing to this particular thing. So what I is asking you to do, since the next neighbor of this particular max value is nothing but 0. So L should be equal to 0. Left should be equal to 0. So automatically what will happen is this particular left will be coming to this particular location and the same process will be repeated. Now this has become something like the previous insertion operation. Right is here. Suppose I will insert another element here, so this will be present here. 50 here, 50. And when you display, this is the new elements what we have created. Whatever the previous elements were there, all we have deleted. This is a fresh elements. So obviously 20, 30, 40 and 50 will be displayed here in this particular scenario. Okay, so this is what comes under deletion from the left. Very, very easy. Next, go ahead with something called as the last one. What we have here, deleting an element from the right side. So how to delete an element from, so I want to remove 7. So when you remove 7, what will happen? Okay, this one I need to tell you people, small logic is there. Right. Now suppose if I'm deleting this element, what is the rightmost element I have here? Next rightmost element here, 5, isn't it? I am deleting an element from the right side means what is the next element which is present in the right means suppose this is left. So definitely this will become your right. And if you want, if this space is empty, if you want to insert another element 6, so R can be incremented and you can insert the value here 6. Okay. So here that is what he means to say. Whenever you're removing an element from the right side, this one here, so this right will be decremented. You can see it will be decremented here. This thing, if you keep in mind, remaining process is same. Oh, sorry for the interruption here. So, yeah, yeah, you can see here. Oh, yeah. Now you can see here. So first things, process is same initially, like the way we have used it, delete from left, same thing first. This first syntaxes will be same. Till here it will be same, no changes in this. Only changes will be in the else part. Okay, so if you feel like the code is very typical, no. Once you understand, just go through the code, you will come to know that the most of the code is same. For delete left, the from here to here the code is same. First thing we are trying to find whether it is an underflow condition or not, and based on that we are performing it. And here what we are saying, if left is equal to right means it is pointing to the last one, left and right at this particular location. So means all the elements have been deleted. So definitely left and right should be equal to -1. No elements are present here because you know that since we are using a circular queue here, so if left is pointing here, right is pointing here means it is possible only when all the elements are removed and only one element is present, and this one also you have deleted it. Then so in case if there are elements present in the previous something like 20, 30, and here you are having 10, this you want to remove it. So definitely right will not be pointing to this location, right will be pointing here. So that is behind left. since it is a circular queue. So definitely this condition will fail. This is the one you people have to keep in mind. Here, when we are deleting an element where we have used left equal to this, but here we are using right is equal to 0. If right is pointing to index number 0, make right as max minus 1 because you're deleting from the right. Suppose left is present here, right is present here. If I ask you to delete an element from the right, which element will be deleted? 30 will be deleted. And when you're removing 30 here, what is the next right element we present here? 20. So right should be pointing to the index number 0, not to 1. So right, how we will get to this particular index is nothing but simply by decrementing it. Else right equal to right minus 1, remaining process is same like if the previous one is there. And based on that, you people can delete this particular element. Okay, so let me show you up here. This is the one we have. Now here, there are two things what you people have to keep in mind here. Please understand this. First thing is input restricted. What did I tell you when we talked about input restricted here? Elements can be inserted at one end, which is the end here, rare, right? And deletion can be done in both directions, which deletion can be done from left side and from the right side. Whereas coming to this insertion, elements can be inserted only from the right side. So here we will be performing this operation insertion. That's why I have written C. Insertion code will be performed here towards right. But whereas coming to deletion, left side and right side, you people can implement it. So both ways. But if you are talking or if you are implementing something called as output restricted DQs, then output in the sense deletion will be restricted, insertion is common. So here elements can be inserted in both direction, either from the right or it can be inserted from the left. But deletion can be done on only one direction, same like the one what we did in queue. So in queues, when we want to delete an element, how we can delete it? Delete from the front. So that front is what I'm representing with left. So here the deletion can be done only from one end, we call it as left. And whereas insertion can be done either from the right and left. So this is the logic what we have with respect to that particular thing. So whenever, so this is the first options you people have to give, which one you want to implement, either output restricted or whether you want to implement input. If input restricted means you have to implement this function, this one and this one. That is nothing but insert right, in delete left and delete right. But if you want to execute something called as output restricted here, yeah. So if you wanted to implement output restricted here, then you will be output restricted deletion is restricted. So you will be applying only one deletion function, that is deleting from the front. That is nothing but left. But insertion can be done from the right side or insertion can be done from the left side. So these two logics will be executed. Now if you see here, if this from here to here, for inserting right and left is same, only the else part changes. If you take left insertion in the left equal to 0, but if you take right means right equal to max minus 1. So if it is this, right equal to 0, if it is 0, left equal to max minus 1. This is the only alteration you people have to keep in mind. And else left equal to left minus 1, right equal to right plus 1. Simply add the values. So dq of right equal to value, dq of left equal to 1 value, whatever it is. Deletion, as I told you, that we had to do it only from the one end, that is from the front. This is the logic what we have discussed here. Okay, so this is the way how you people can actually perform the operation here. Let me show you the code. So if you see here, this is the code what we are having exactly here in this particular scenario. Now if you see here, give me just 5 minutes, I'll complete it. So what is the maximum value? What is the maximum? So I'm taking a DQ. The maximum elements which I can store is 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So maximum elements I can store here is 5. So into DQ, initially left and right are equal to -1. Front and rear is equal to -1. So left and right initially are -1 because initially the queue is empty. The name of the queue is DQ. This is what I'm taking here. Okay, so initially it is empty. So definitely left and right are pointing to -1. What are the operations we can perform here? Input DQ, output DQ. Now these are the two different types how we can implement DQs. That is what I'm providing here. And what are the operations we can perform on them? Insertion in the left, inserting right, delete left and delete right. And finally display operation. This is common. Display is common for everything what we are having here further. Now, if you go ahead, First thing, what you people have to do here is when you're implementing a main menu, you have to first ask the user whether you want to implement input restricted DQ or you wanted to implement output restricted DQ. If you're implementing input restricted DQ, what are the functions we need to perform when you're performing input restricted? Input restricted means insertion can be done only in the one end, that is right. So what are the operations we can perform here is insert right is the operation which we can perform with respect to this. And what about delete here? So delete left we can perform, and at the same time delete right is the operation we people can perform here. But in case if a customer is asking for performing output restricted DQ, output restricted means deletion will be restricted, insertion will be done by both the ways. So here you need to implement the operation something called as insert underscore left, insert underscore right, isn't it? But deletion can be done only in one end. So delete underscore, which end we wanted to delete here? I can better say that we will be deleting like a queue, means right, delete underscore right. So these are the functions I will show you. So till here, I think you people might have got it understood. So here we'll be giving an option. So if you are giving first one input restricted means input DQ will be executed. If it is output restricted means output DQ will be executed. Let's go ahead here. Okay, you people can see it is the input restricted means what are the operations we can do? Insert underscore right. So you can see here delete from, I mean insert from right. Whereas coming to deletion can be done in both the ways now. So delete from left, delete from right. Finally, display and queue. This is a menu. And based on that, you people are going to execute. In case if you're going for the second option, that is output restricted DQ, then insertion can be done. So what are the operations we can do? Insert left, insert right, delete right. So insert at right, insert at left, delete from left, display and quit. Enter the options. The switch case, I think you people know that one by one you will be performing it. And these are the four different operations what we have discussed. So delete. So these are the operations here. So what are the operations we have discussed here? Insert, I'm sorry, insert right. Then we discussed insert left. Then we have delete right, I mean delete left and delete right. And finally we have something called as display. Display is something crucial. You people can just go through it. If it is like normal queue representation you want to print it up, you'll be executing this particular logic. If front is less than equal to rear, what does that mean? Is nothing but front is pointing here, rear is pointing here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this condition is with respect to that. Okay, so this entire condition is with respect to that, where front is pointing here and left right is pointing here, and it's simply printing that particular case. In case DQ na, so there is a possibility that this particular right may be coming before left. In that case, what we have to do is we need to execute this else part. We need to execute this particular else part where front is less than equal to max minus 1. Simply print that particular elements for front to max minus 1. What does that mean? That means that rear is present somewhere here and front is present somewhere. So front to max minus 1 means these two elements should be printed first. And after that, whatever the elements we have confirmed, that is nothing from front. Again, after this, what is doing is this front is making and bringing it to the initial point. And from here to here, front to rear, he is simply printing that particular elements. That's it. Okay, that is the only difference what we have with respect to this, and you'll be printing it. So let me show you the logic. Oh, sorry. See here in the main menu, you people can see first thing what is asking here is nothing but input restricted DQ, whether you want to implement or output restricted DQ. Let me take input restricted DQ. So input restricted means insertion can be done only at the right and deletion can be done in both directions. So you can see there is a menu. I want to insert the elements here. So 10, 20, 30. Now I want to display the elements here. You'll be getting 10, 20, 30. Now I want to delete the elements from the left. Okay. Okay. I want to insert one more element here. Better. 40. So 10, 20, 30, 40 are the elements, we got it. Now I wanted to delete the element here. I'll delete first the element from the right. I want to delete the element from the right. What is the element we have here? 40. I want to delete it. Simply I'll give option 3. Now you can see here 10, 20, 30. The element has been deleted. Now I want to delete the element from the right. I want to element from, sorry, from the left. That is option number 2. So definitely what is the output I'm going to do? I'm going to get when I'm going to display it is 20 and 30. Now, if you want to insert the element, I can insert the element onto the right hand side. Means after 30, the element will be inserted. Let me insert it. So what is the element I want to insert here? 50. See it 20, 30 and 50. This is the way how exactly this particular thing is going to work. The only thing is like the previous one, but here the thing is that initially it will ask you with respect to the menu, which menu you want to implement here. There are two menus here. First, whether which one you want to implement, input or output. So if you take input here, in input you'll be having certain menu. Whatever the operations we can perform, that will be displayed. Now you people can perform it. Okay. I hope you people got it. So same way the output key also can be executed. So this is all what we have for today's session. I hope you people have understood this. Well, this is a display operation what we have as I told you, know. So this is all what we have in this particular session. If you have any doubts, you can ping me up anytime. So in the meantime, in the next session, we'll discuss about priority queues. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for watching.